Even an ordinary Tuesday on a Cotswolds farm can deliver a completely absurd complication. This particular distraction arrived in the form of Oscar Piastri, a kid from Melbourne who gets paid millions to pilot the most technologically advanced machinery on Earth. But today, he wasn't looking for a podium finish. He wanted to solve a far more frustrating puzzle, reversing a heavy dolly trailer straight into a tight barn. Kaleb Cooper, a man who has spent his entire life working this specific patch of Oxfordshire mud and has zero interest in anything outside it, climbed into the cab to offer some guidance. He had absolutely no idea who the visitor was. Kaleb asked him what he did for a living, and Oscar, with the quiet modesty of a true professional, simply replied that he drove cars. The tutorial began with Kaleb trying to explain that farm machinery obeys an entirely different set of physical laws. You have to relax into the seat, look completely over your right shoulder, and use your left hand to feather the controls while the steering wheel spins against your instincts. It sounds simple enough, but when you turn the tractor left, the trailer pivots right, and the entire rig threatens to fold in half if you panic. With the local lesson complete, Oscar took the wheel of the tractor alone. He slipped it into reverse, dropped the handbrake, and confidently declared that things were off to a spectacular start. That was when Jeremy Clarkson leaned over to Kaleb and asked if he actually recognized the boy in the cab. Kaleb shook his head. Jeremy explained that the kid was a Formula One racing driver, which naturally meant he should absolute ace a simple parking maneuver. But navigating a multi-ton agricultural rig is not quite the same as taking the iconic Eau Rouge corner at Spa flat out. That legendary bend requires immense bravery and split-second precision at 200 miles an hour. Unfortunately, none of those elite track reflexes help when you are trying to guide a stubborn piece of farm equipment backward into a wooden shed. Every single attempt went backwards in the worst possible way. The tractor swung left, the trailer jackknifed right, and the barn remained completely out of reach. Oscar immediately realized his grand instincts were failing him, joking that he already needed to start over from the very beginning. We have all been there. It is that exact agonizing moment where you try to park a trailer with people watching. Your brain short circuits, and you suddenly forget which way turns the wheels. Jeremy and Kaleb eventually lost total patience with the elite athlete. Jeremy announced they were heading inside for a cup of tea, leaving Oscar to battle the elements alone until the sun went down. Kaleb openly laughed, muttering that they would probably be back out just in time to serve him dinner. It was completely clear that a podium finish does not equal tractor proficiency, yet the young Australian simply refused to accept defeat. Even as the afternoon light faded into darkness and the trailer turned completely sideways, he reset the gears to try all over again. Some people are simply incapable of quitting. So, while Jeremy retreated to the comfort of complex government paperwork and Kaleb went back to real farm work, the F1 star was left completely alone in the dark, still fighting a single wooden shed.